Good morning, everyone. Today, in chapter number 6, that is changes around us, we will do the last topic of our chapter, that is on page number 65, and the topic is some more example of physical and chemical changes. In this, we will do 4 examples which will show that changes in one particular process, the change can be reversible or irreversible, or whether it can be physical or chemical change. So we will start with the first reaction, but you can read these topics from page number, this is 65, and other page, that is your 66. Here from you can read, but we will read from here from the notes. So the first kind of reaction is some wait so the topic is some more examples of physical and chemical changes. So first is boiling, evaporation and condensation. So we will start this with the help of this diagram. If this is water and if we are heating water, then due to evaporation process, this water will change into water vapors, and when we will cool this water vapor, it will change into water again. What does mean that during evaporation process water is changing into water vapors, and during condensation process these water vapors are again changing into water by cooling. Now we will study, I will tell you the definitions of all these things: boiling, evaporation and condensation. So coming to the boiling process, we all know that what is boiling. Boiling means when we are heating a particular mixture or liquid and it starts heating up, and due to heating there is the formation of bubbles, and that bubbles basically comes on the surface of water and they break, if you have seen the boiling of water. So what is boiling? The process of heating or become heated to the temperature at which bubbles rise and break at the surface, that is known as boiling water. So why the bubbles forms during boiling of water? The reason behind is that the water is changes into water vapors. Some amount of water is changes into gases, or you can say water vapors, and that vapors or gases are responsible for the formation of bubbles. Coming to second process, that is evaporation. So the process in which liquid changes into vapors or gases, that is known as evaporation. So process of changing liquid into gas, that is evaporation. Now condensation. Condensation is that process in which water vapor changes into liquid by cooling, and this is the diagram which is showing these three processes. So simply this boiling of water, what we call it as boiling. Now coming to the second type of reaction, that is rusting. This is rusting. So what is an rusting of iron? When iron chain or any iron article it is exposed to air and moisture, then a brown substance deposit on it. This is known as rusting of iron. And rust, what is rust? The brown substance is known as rust. So this diagram you can see in your book also. This is the rusting of iron, and if you will see this diagram, in this you can notice here that the iron chain, this one diagram, the iron chain becomes little bit brown in color. So this process is known as rusting of iron, and that brown color substance which deposit, that is known as rust. Now coming to the third kind of reaction that we will do today, that is melting of solid. This is very simple example. Melting of solid means when a particular solid melt. If I am taking the example of ice cubes, once the ice cubes are formed, if you will keep that ice cubes in normal you can say that room temperature, or if you are heating that ice cubes, after some time you will see that they will melt. So melting of solid, it is basically a reversible and physical change means ice can be converted into water and water can be converted into ice. In the same way, you can take the example of the butter also. During winter, you have seen the butter is solidify. So when you will heat the butter, it becomes liquid in liquid state. So that it is converted from one state to another. But if you will keep that butter in liquid state for longer period of time, then due to the less temperature, it will again solidify into butter. So that is also a melting of solid. So they are reversible and physical changes. Now coming to the most important example, that is fourth, that is burning of candle. And in burning of candle, you can observe both physical and chemical changes, and let me explain regarding this now. In burning of candle, so this is the candle. When the candle burns, what happen? Some amount of wax is melted. Okay, and how candle burns? When we light the candle with a matchstick, it start burning. And first of all, now I will tell you that what are chemical changes observed in that, what are the different physical changes observed in the burning of candle. So first is heat from flame vaporize the liquid wax. This is called physical change. Liquid will come here. So when the heat due to matchstick, what they do, it vaporize the liquid wax, means it converts the wax into vapors. So wax into vapors, that is, it is a physical change. But when wax vapor burns, but once the wax vapor burns to give light, then it is a chemical change, because that wax vapors again cannot be converted back into wax. So that will be a chemical change. Now third is when we convert melted wax into solid wax again. So this is melted wax, and after some time you have observed also that it converts back into solid wax, it becomes solidified. So that is also physical change. Why it is physical change? Because melted wax can be converted into solid wax and solid wax can be converted into melted wax. So this is a reversible and physical change. So what does mean? That wax of the candle, it undergoes both chemical and physical change when candle burns. So this is the regarding the burning of candle. So we have done 4 kind of reactions today. First is that boiling